Hello and welcome to today's edition of Diplomatic Passport, your daily weekday COVID-19 show that brings you Zimbabwe's COVID-19 effort, as well as regional and global trends, as well as the effect of COVID-19 on our daily lives. My name is Blessing Munatsi, and this program is made possible by ZTN's partnership with the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services. Let's start by taking a look at the latest figures released by the Ministry of Health. 35 new cases of COVID-19 were recorded from 1,224 tests that were conducted, and this represents a 2.9% positivity rate and takes the number of active cases to 1,402. And over the weekend, we had a total of 83 new cases reported. A single death was recorded yesterday, bringing the cumulative fatalities to 4,658. And looking at the weekend, we had 3 deaths during the weekend, and the cumulative number of COVID cases now stands at 132,368, and of these 126,308 are recoveries. Zimbabwe currently has 71 hospitalized cases of COVID-19, and of these 8 are new admissions, 9 are symptomatic, 52 are mild to moderate cases, while 7 of those admitted have severe symptoms and 3 are in the intensive care unit. Moving on to the vaccination program, 7,398 people received their first dose yesterday, bringing the cumulative for the first dose to 3,221,875, while 6,319 received their second dose to bring the cumulative for those fully vaccinated to 2.4 million, 2,479,178 to be precise. Now, we are halfway through the month of October, and as we continue to observe the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we should not forget the caregivers. These are the people who take care of the cancer patients, and key amongst them are the doctors who have had to fight on the 2 fronts, as they are now supposed to also treat cancer and also put in place the COVID-19 protocols and the risks to ensure the safety of all patients are actually observed. Now, Dr. Mtizira chronicled the impact of COVID-19 that it has on the breast cancer treatment programs that they do conduct.
We had our very first case of COVID in early 2020. That was, I think, February 2020. And from then on, it's been a long fight. We've had to change the way in which we operate as a cancer department. We've had to come up with new protocols to find ways of helping our patients, and at the same time making sure that our doctors and the rest of the medical staff are safe. So sometimes in making those considerations, it obviously impacts the way we deliver our service. So we've seen a much lower turnout of cancer patients over this period, because there is delay in diagnosis, there's delay in seeking treatment, and there's delay in getting treatment, all because of the COVID pandemic. So it's really a hard time to be a cancer doctor and also be involved in the fight against COVID.
So that's Dr. Mtizira there, and she mentioned the key point, of getting early diagnosis. That is quite critical for successful therapy if you're to increase your chances of actually recovering from cancer. So COVID-19 is really impacting in that sphere. Now, while this is a time of war, it is a time of disaster, the mindset, just like Dr. Mtizira did highlight, is also very important, because there are opportunities that are still available in this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And Zimbabwe is on record actually calling for homegrown solutions and also value addition, with tertiary institutions being challenged even by Zimbabwe's president to come up and rather focus their effort towards Education 5.0 and implementation-based learning outcomes. Now, the National University of Science and Technology, NUST, that is based in Bulawayo. We did manage to get in touch with their Pro-Vice Chancellor, who is responsible for the Innovation and Business Development Unit. That's Dr. William Goriwondo. And he said that the university is commercializing opportunities that are abound in this time of COVID.
We have the Innovation and Business Development Unit, which has been developed as a result of the government's initiative on Trusting Education 5.0, which is where we are getting our lecturers and researchers, apart from teaching research and community development, to do the industrialization and innovation, come up with innovations that can be patented and commercialized. So we are looking at researchers who should come up with the products and services that actually contribute to the development of the economy and the nation. So as the National University of Science and Technology, we have an innovation hub which is actually incubating a number of innovations from our students. We have got sanitizer production, which was thrust upon by COVID-19 pandemic. We started manufacturing the sanitizers, particularly our brand called Nastizer. We also have disinfectants that we are making called Envirosand, where you can actually use to sanitize the spaces and even fumigate. And on the personal protective clothing, we do have face masks that are branded and also those that are not branded. And we are also into making theater caps.
So, Nastizer and Envirosand products that are coming out of this COVID-19 pandemic, secondary, of course, to the Education 5.0 initiative, as well as innovation hubs that are being incubated in tertiary institutions. Now, looking also at infrastructure, it is a key catalyst for economic growth, and infrastructure and utilities are actually an integral part of Zimbabwe's national development strategy. That's the NDS1, and this area has been given priority by government with the launch even of the emergency rehabilitation in transport, and also green initiatives around climate change and green, or rather good energy sources. The youth have actually made a call right now to the government for their inclusion into Zimbabwe's current development agenda. And we spoke to Engineer Gerald Gwavira, who is the national chairman of the Zimbabwe Youth in Construction, who had this to say.
We as youth, we are saying we need to be involved. We need involvement. If we can be involved, well, looking at the demographics, youth contribute 60+% of population in Zimbabwe. We are the future leaders. We are the future occupants of the land. So if we can't play ball today, if all the projects are being done by those who are already there, the gap that is being created, the vacuum that is being that will be left with those big companies, if they are gone, who is going to remain in play? So as youth in construction, we are saying government should recognize us. Government should give us the opportunity. Recently, on the 9th of September, the president himself, when he was handing over the 60th session of ZUPCO buses, he said the youth should come forward and do the termini. We are there to do the termini. We have done the designs, we have done everything. What we now need is the uptake of the ideas that we have. We have designed, we have got a very good design for cheap house that we have designed as youth, where we are in tandem with the Lafarge 3D model of building. We have got our own that we have designed that can do almost 1,000 houses, 2-bedroom houses in a month. So as youth, we are saying, give us an opportunity, give us the piece of cake, and we are not going to shame the government. We are saying an empowered youth is a pride to the nation, and an empowered youth is the shame to the nation.
So that's Engineer Gerald Gwabvira saying the youths actually have a role to play in Zimbabwe's development agenda, and it is encouraging to note that we have a lot of development projects that are actually happening in and around Zimbabwe's four quarters, and this of course dispels the rumors, or rather the misconception, that COVID-19 can actually cause us to come to a standstill. Rather, we should be challenging the status quo, and COVID-19 should be the new normal as we integrate and strategize or reorient ourselves to continue with our lives, to continue with our development agenda. Diplomatic Passport comes to a close for today. Thank you so much for making us your choice. We are back again tomorrow, same time, same place, same channel. Do make a date with us. Then this program is brought to you by ZTN in partnership with the Ministry of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services. Until we meet again tomorrow, it's bye-bye for now.